Hi guys, welcome to my channel Learn with Abhishek Anand. So guys, today I'm going to talk about how to create a ASP.NET Core MVC project. So we are using Visual Studio 2019 over here. So when you will open the 2019 Visual Studio, then you will get this screen and you need to do this create a new project. I have clicked on that. Then here you can see ASP.NET Core Web Application, the first option we are having over here, right? So recently we have used over this kind of project in this Visual Studio 2019. That is what this project template is coming over here. That is what we have used. So I will say later like how to create a Azure functions. First we'll concentrate on ASP.NET Core Web Application. So you click on this and go for a next. So here you have a things like you can give a name of the ASP.NET Core MVC project. So I'm giving some name kind of let's say I'm making one HRMS, okay, Human Resource Management System. That's it. Okay, so see here what location you want to give for this project. So I want to remove from the C and I want to give in the D directory. So there is also we have a this folder repos folder. So I am clicking on place solution and project in the same directory, so it will place solution and project in the same directory. After that I am clicking on create. I have clicked on create. So it has asked you want to open empty project, you want to open API project, you want to open web application with model view controller everything. So I wanted to open with model view controller. Okay, see here you are having in advanced section you want to configure for HTTPS. Yes, I want to configure for HTTPS. If okay, so this is the secure channel we are having for we are using this HTTPS connections. So I'm saying enable Razor runtime compilation. I'll talk about this later. What is this enable Razor runtime compilation? Okay, so after that I'm clicking on create. I'm not selecting the enable Docker support because it takes the Docker desktop and anything. So I'm not having right now. After that I'm creating project. See here the project got created and you will get this screen. I'll talk about the each and every folders connected services leave about. See, we have a dependencies in that we are having a packages and framework. Here we are adding a references from NuGet packages and some frameworks if you want, and then you can add over here this one. Then you have a properties launch settings. You can go there, see there what is written over here. So when your application will be launched, then it will use the this particular URL. SSL port will be the 44391. Okay, so it is like this. This is something uh, you can change for your prod and dev this uh, launch settings.json. Okay, the main folder is here. Www root is nothing but this will take a CSS, JS and library files, what jQuery validation, jQuery bootstrap, these kind of things. Like external files we can say, like we are writing a jQuery, we are writing JavaScript, we are writing the CSS files. These we are inserting the images. So this is the good folder to insert the that particular things. Now here comes the model view controller. See the controller we have automatically created home controller. Okay, so home controller they have created for us. This also I'll talk about later, but first I wanted to talk about like from where the code is starting. So each and every project they are having a startup. Okay, here is a startup. Okay, startup.cs. You can first of all it will come over here. You can check in the what is the, okay. Let's not believe in me, okay. We will run the project and we will know from where code is starting. Okay, let's do that. I am putting a breakpoint over here. I'm putting the breakpoint over here in the configuration services startup. Okay, in configure. Let's run this. I'm running it. Let it build. Hmm. It's running. So from where it has started. The very first thing, any code is starting from the main method, right? I said where in a startup.cs it is the first. No, first is not this one. The first is the program.cs, and in that uh, main method is there, and there it will call the create host builder. Where it is? Here it is. Create host builder. Here we are using the web builder dot use startup, right? So from here it is going to call the startup.cs. Let's check. Here it has come to the start. Okay, so startup came. See, then it is coming to the configuration services. So here what we are doing, we are registering all the things, when you do the session management, when you do the localization, you are going to register all the things over here, for that one. And when you do the dependency injection, so these things will help you out here. Here only we are going to do the all the things for that one. Okay, so here we have add controller with views, everything we have done. Then it has come over here, then it will say to configure. So here we can add the middleware of the project. Middleware in the before starting of the project, what else you need? So what we need? We need the HTTP redirection, we need the static files I wanted to use, we need routing, we need authorization, these kind of things we need, right? From here, your application is registering for when the application is launching, which view it should come. So which view it will come? Home and index. So controller name is home and action name is index. So we have come over here, right? Right, so this is the welcome page. Okay, fine. Now you want to check, like, okay, is it going to the home controller and index? Yes, we will check. We will go to the home controller and we will say, okay, put down the breakpoint over here. Okay, check that. This is the best way to learn this. Okay, so go to the this one and again reload. It will come where? Index. Okay, even now you are not satisfied? Good, no problem. Okay, I'm just stopping debugging and again I'm starting this. See, so here we have come over here. Then again main function, I have already explained from where it is getting started, from where it is getting where. So these all things we have started. Now we are going to check first page, is it going to the home index, or before that is there anything else they are going to, right? So after configure, let's run it. Okay, this is HTTP direction. These are, we say, I say middleware. Like before starting the project, these all the things are getting set. Okay, endpoints here, home index, home controller and index. So which view they are going to open? How to check that? Right click on that, say go to view. See, this view is only opening, right? Let's change something and feel that, okay, I'm opening the same thing. Let's say I have, sorry, I have started learning the ASP.NET Core MVC. Okay, let's say save it. Continue. Let's see what it is coming. Come on. Everything's fine. Yes, everything's fine. Yes, see here. Learn about. I have started learning the ASP.NET Core MVC. Okay. So this is about how to create the project and how we can know at a starting only, right, how where to where it is going. Okay, I forgot to say about the models. Okay, so just we are checking over here. We are having here only one models. We will check soon like what is the use of models, what we will do with models. So here just I'm giving one overview. See here error view model. Okay, so go to the shared, we are having error page. So here they are using models. Okay, do not give weightage on this one right now. I will explain in brief this one. So this I wanted to say that like how to refer the view these models. So at rate models and error view model, like this we can do that. And so see here model dot show request id. So when you navigate, okay, see the request id is coming from here, and they are they are doing some conditioning, and after that they are going inside, then they are using request id, kind of, right? And what mode, these kind of things is actually going. So the thing is, the models whatever we are having, that is going to use in the views. Okay, fine. So we have a home, privacy and shared. I'll explain later about the layout when we will attach the html page, how what is layout, and what is the benefit of having this. Okay, now I will explain about the app settings.json. App settings.json, this is very interesting to know about. And this one, like, see, let's say you are having multiple APIs, multiple keys to hold it from the for the ASP.NET Core MVC project. So you can write over here, like you can create one key and you can fetch the value from here. Those, like for example, I am saying, let's say in the real time, you have a connection string, right? If you are using inside of the application, then you need to every time you need to do what, you need to publish the code, right? If you are having here, if you are changing only connection string, then what you need to do, just go to the server, just change this text, it will work, right? So this is the use of app settings.json over here. This is a very useful things when you are migrating your code dev to cons to prod. When we say dev means development, means now developer is developing the code. Then dev to cons, it is going, it means like development to cons environment. Cons environment is what, where the testing team is checking all the things. Okay, this is the cons. Then cons to uh, some guys are doing cons to uat to prod, like that. It depends on the team, it depends on the company, it depends on the uh, all architect, right? So depends. So like this only it is going. So when you are migrating from one environment to another environment, so you should change the connection string, you should change the base url if you are using apis. So that, how you will do that, you will do using this, right? From somewhere you will write one place, and from there only you will get the that base url, and you will be using in the project. So you need not to migrate every time, like, okay, publish, change the url and publish the code, change the url, publish the code. No, you should not do that. So for this reason we are having this folder, and in this folder we are going to use that particular things. So already I checked what is there in the program.cs and the startup.cs. Okay, So that's it from this video, guys. Next video we will see how to migrate this code to the repository. So here we are going to use repository as GitHub, so I will migrate this code to the GitHub in the next video. So thanks guys, bye bye.